Good afternoon as we come to celebrate in this 5th week of Easter, on this day where we come to listen to this beautiful story in the elections of Matthias, who come to replace Judas, who killed himself after betraying Jesus Christ. Usually one of the conditions to become an apostle for Jesus, after especially the ascension of Jesus Christ, returning to God the Father, even though it's not written in the Bible, we come to know that the apostles want to protect the integrity of those who follow the footsteps of Jesus. So one of the unwritten conditions is that one must know who Jesus is and experience personally his teaching and accompanying throughout his time. So traditions have shown that Matthias was baptized, possibly by John the Baptist, and also witnessed Jesus' death and resurrection, as well as ascension. So he then being the second, one of the two candidates to be chosen by the 11 disciples, as it was recounted here in the Acts of the Apostles by Luke. As it comes to read here, when they prayed over the two candidates, they said, "You, Lord, who knows the hearts of all, show which one of these two you have chosen to take the place of this apostolic ministry, from which Judas turned away to go into his own place." It's a beautiful prayer. Maybe it's a prayer that we should use at times when we need to appoint someone for ministries, at times when we have to elect certain candidates, whether it is a public officials or church ecclesial officials. Maybe it's also time in a professional world where we're discerning, should I hire candidate A, B, or C, or candidate with a quality of A type quality or B or C type quality. Sometimes we have to make that decision or that discernment that we cannot hire an A quality because of budget, because of finances, and so we're ending up choosing B or C quality. And so we often do that for many reasons. But based on this whole research from Dr. Marty Nemko, who works out in Oakland, and gave us some reflections about what are the qualities of a type A worker, professionals, individuals that we look for, that people look for, that may create a lot of benefits both in profit world as well as non-profit world. So these are the 4 qualities. First is cognitive abilities, drive, subject matter expertise, and being low maintenance. So let me explore a little bit deeper in that whole area. Cognitive abilities. It's one who's able to learn quickly, to analyze things, and to synthesize things in a way that textbook doesn't really teach the individuals. That this person is quick to learn, quick to grasp, and quick to analyze certain situations. Second is drive. Does this person have the energy? One might have the cognitive ability, but yet this person doesn't have that assertiveness to carry things out, needs to be told, needs to be taken certain push for that person to see, I can really do this, I want to do this. And so that drive, it's also an important aspect of a type A type quality of a person that we are looking for. Third, subject matter expertise. As an engineer, I study electrical engineers, but really all of my whole career as an engineer turned out to be manufacturing, production management, and how to interface with different people. And I realized that design work was not really my expertise. My expertise was how to negotiate with people, how to work with people, collaborate with people. So that areas of subject matter expertise is important. You hire a camera person. You want that camera person to know every knowledge to know every angle, to know every detail. You don't want someone who's inexperienced and you have to train them from point A to point Z. It takes a lot of time. And fourth, low maintenance. What do I mean by low maintenance? And what does Dr. Nemko reflect upon low maintenance? One doesn't have a lot of health issues. One doesn't call in sick all the time. So one, in a way that require a lot of attention. Sometimes you end up talking to the person like for half an hour a day for the person really mentally and emotionally getting together. And those four qualities are such an important part of our journey in engaging with different types of people. First, their cognitive ability, their drive, their subject matters expertise, and finally, being low maintenance. So looking in the life of the church, here the early apostle chosen Matthias because of his witnesses to the risen Christ. Do they also see other qualities? What about men and women who enter the seminary and who go into the religious life? What do we look for in them and in me, now being a priest with you and for you at Cathedral Chapels? There are also four dimensions that we looked at in many ways that's so important, and we call it the pillars, the four pillars in our formation. First is the human formation of an individual. Who is he? Is he sound? Is he okay? Is he having a normal upbringing maybe? And how is he integrating his life with daily life experiences? As one who's totally aloof from reality. Second is the spiritual formation. Help him to encounter his own daily prayer life, his intimacy with the Lord, to understand a different part of the spirituality in the life of the church, from conservative to liberal or to middle of the road, part of our own experience, from mysticism to maybe just a very daily, ordinary life of prayers. And third is our intellectual ability. And formation in philosophy, formation in theologies. So we study scriptures, we study Christologies, ecclesiologies, into the life of the church, the histories of the church. And that is part of the intellectual, the academic formation. And fourth is the pastoral formation, where we send the men out, or the religious brothers and sisters out, working in hospital, working in prison ministry, working in parish life, or other ministry that may be related to the brothers or to the sisters, carries them. And so that is an important part of our journey in experience what real pastoral ministry is all about. So in these four areas, that's where I'm being examined, I'm being evaluated, assessed by my superiors, either at seminary or by the archbishops, to help and to say to the church that he's ready. And as you know, you're never ready when you ordain or when you graduate from college. You learn as you go and by real life experiences. So these are the four areas that we look at ordaining men to the priesthood or religious life, to say that they are ready for final vows. But what happens if you have all those four qualities? What else do we look for? Maybe you look at eligibility, we look at suitability is another term that we looked at. It's this individual's eligible to be elected or to qualify for certain positions, and their suitability is as far as who they are. And one of the things that professional life looked at when you're debating between those two is personality. Will this individual, even if it's a type quality A experiences versus a B or a C, but if the personality doesn't fit into the team, sometimes you end up choosing a B or C quality, because team dynamic is such an important part of our journey. And when you look at personality, you have to look at that individual temperamental or temperament. It's such an important part of our journey too. But in our relationship here with Jesus Christ, John is asking of us only one thing. I can have all of those abilities. You can have all those abilities. But the one thing that the church is looking for, that Jesus is looking for in all of us, it is this. As the Father loves me, so I also love you. Remain in my love. If we abandon our faith and deny who God is, that we have failed every part of our journey. So let us go forth this day, even if we don't have all the qualities that the church is looking for, that a company is looking for. All Jesus is asking of us is to remain in his love.